Caulking helps take just so-so work to the next level, but a bad caulking job can actually make it worse. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I've learned to caulk to make every job look professionally done, even when it's not. Caulking will hide joints, such as where baseboard and the wall meet. A nice smooth bead of caulk will provide a surface for a coat of paint that will make the transition blend seamlessly. Without caulk, the paint will inevitably crack like it did here. Properly smooth caulk will hide under the paint, but if too much is left on, it will be on display. Additionally, if bumps or peaks are left in the caulk, it becomes a track for dirt and can be difficult to clean. Whereas spackle can be sanded down smooth, caulk cannot, so you must clean up any issues while it is still wet. First, you need to start with a few simple tools. Get a small bowl of water, which will just be used for dipping your finger in. Next, grab a rag that isn't white or the color of your caulk. This way, you can wipe off any extra on a clean part of the rag instead of just smearing more on your hands. Lastly, get a decent caulk gun. If you buy the absolute cheapest one, it will be harder to use precisely. This one's not expensive, but it ratchets and it does not leak or drip everywhere in between laying beads. First, start with a small bead. Cut your tube with a small angled hole. It's easy to go back and cut a bit more off if needed. Practice a bit on some cardboard to be sure you are using the right pressure and speed. Holding the gun at an angle, use a steady stroke to lay a bead. Do not worry if it isn't perfectly in the joint or if it breaks a bit. Next, dip your finger in just a bit of water, shaking off the excess. You need your finger to be wet to prevent friction that would result in bumps. Run your finger over the bead without pushing in. If caulk begins plowing off your fingers, you've used too much. Wipe the excess caulk off on a clean spot of your dry towel, then re-wet your finger and finish smoothing. If there are any cracks or holes, add in a bit more caulk with your gun, then run a wet finger back over the bead. With a wet finger and without using too much pressure, you'll easily be able to feather in the new bead. Sometimes I find that I can take the bit of excess from my finger and just run it over a spot that needs more caulk, and that is sufficient. This is often helpful in corners. Be sure to subscribe below and check out my blog for more info and to see my tutorials on picture frame molding.